Sometimes it's a lot of fun to figure out what you've learned about your area when you go running in the morning. So typically I'm an afternoon, evening kind of runner. I don't go running in the mornings. I've never liked getting up. However, my other and I are currently on a kick of trying to get up in the morning, so right now I'm going to try to do some running in the morning, at least for my short runs. So Sunday's run, last Sunday, the 7-miler, that was AM-ish, late AM, but still morning, not evening, and not mid-afternoon. And then today I got up and I was out the door by 8:15, which is big for me. So, let's see, it's Tuesday, I've had a rest day from Sunday, and then today. And today I just went out for a nice, easy 3 miles. I ended up going a little over 5K, and it was just, get myself back in order. I've found that it takes between 2.5 and 2 3/4 runs to get myself, or miles, 2 3/4 miles to get myself really warmed up and ready to go. I remember on a bike it took me about 10 miles to get going, so it's actually a similar time. Yeah, about a half an hour to get truly warmed up. Now, if anybody has any suggestions about warming up, what do you do? Like, what does your warm-up schedule look like? Do you warm up before you go out and run? Do you stretch? What do you do? Leave me a comment. I'd love to know. Oh man, now I'm tired. It's Thursday morning. I just finished 5 miles up along the riverfront and back. I'm really getting worn down. So as I was running, I was thinking maybe what I'll do this week, because my muscles aren't recovering properly. Not enough. And actually my left arm is starting to really bug me from wearing my armband for my cell phone. So I was actually carrying it for most of today. So I'm thinking that maybe I'm going to take the other short run for the week, the 3-mile. Maybe I'll take the second 3-mile off and just do a lot of yoga, take a nice long bath. I'm going to go home and ice the bits of me that are sore and probably take some ibuprofen. There's a lot of suggestions in the book. Wait, oh look, you can see me. There are a lot of suggestions in the book about taking ibuprofen when you're starting to get some inflammation and such, so I think I will do that when I get home. Yeah, no, I mean, it was a good run, but I'm definitely getting worn down. So I might take the other short run for the week off, and then next week go back to 4. With that said, I'm going to go buy some dill and make myself an omelet. Hey everyone, it's Sunday, which means incredible fluorescent colors and running. So this week I was dealing with some muscle fatigue, and I decided to take my 3rd run of the week out of 4. I said take the 3rd run of the week off. This was a great idea, absolutely fantastic. It was just the thing. It was just what the doctor ordered. I'm no longer dealing with the fatigue. I have to be careful about that in the coming week, that I'm drinking enough water, I'm sleeping enough, and that I'm doing enough stretching, which I think was one of the problems. I was dealing with muscle fatigue because my muscles were not healing, which is a problem. Anyway, so it's Sunday. Today's requirement was 8 miles, which I did with my friend Quincy. Absolutely awesome. And you can tell how much fatigue I was dealing with last week and how much walking and pausing and stuff, especially since I had some of the zombie chases on Zombies Run turned on. So I would sprint and then I would die for a while. Last week I did 7.44 miles, according to Map My Run, in 1 hour 44 minutes. This week I did 8.03, I think, miles, according to the same program, in 1 hour 41 minutes. So I did an extra 0.6 of a mile in less time. Yeah, taking a day off was a really good idea. So, other than that, starting around mile 6 3/4, 7, I started getting a knot in my right IT band. So anybody, if you have some great stretches for IT bands, throw them at me. Especially if you have any great yoga poses for IT bands, because I'm going to throw those into my yoga work each week. Other than that, I felt great. As you can see, it wasn't sunny. Now it's starting to drizzle, so we had great timing. We got in just at the end of the rain, just the very, very beginning of the rain. It was just kind of cool and nice the whole day. There was no, like, dripping piles of, I guess, pools of sweat. There's none of that. It was great. Had a really great run. Yeah, so that we are now 25% of the way done with this running program that we're using, the Non-Runners Marathon program or something. I've got the book all over the place. I've linked it a bunch of times. Yeah, we're now 25% of the way done with that, which is a great feeling. Today's run was almost 1/3 of a marathon. Another great feeling. The only current big problem, sorry for the jostling, I have to keep it up because I'm backlit. The only big problem that's coming around comes from the fact that the marathon we were going to do up in Bali, in Taiwan, not the Bali in Indonesia, sadly, it keeps moving. It keeps being pushed back. So now, the run that was supposed to be in early June is now in early to mid-July. I have no interest in running in early to mid-July, and that'll be a month to a month and a half after the end of our training program. So we're looking at other options. The two right now that are coming up, there's a marathon in Taidong, which I'm thinking about going and doing, and I will throw a link in with this. And the other marathon that we're thinking about doing is simply making our own and running along the waterfront and making shirts that say, I am running a marathon right now, in Chinese. And running a marathon along the waterfront. Now, that would be unsupported. And we'd need kind of like friends and family, friends, to come out and be like, here's more water! Because the waterfront doesn't tend to actually have anywhere you can buy water. And I'm not carrying enough water for a whole marathon with me. It's just not happening. So we'll think about it, and when we make a decision, I will let you know. Until then, I hope everybody's had a great week, and I will talk to you next week.